Let's make some dessert. Because what are you going to have? Dessert or disaster? The answer hopefully is dessert, because the simplest of classic desserts, like the Tart Tatin, will never go out of style. They never will. You know those oodles of crisp apples in season, just wanting for you to transform them? That's exactly what we're going to help you do this morning. It's a classic honey apple tart. It's in order, and it's, oh yes, served with a generous helping of Clover Classic custard. You know it's going to be a good time. You know it's going to be a classic, timeless taste. And Carl Wasty, Tasty, is on standby to help us make this come to life.
Exactly.
So how do we do this?
So Tatin, as you know.
Is it Tart Tatin or Tart Tatin?
I feel like whatever you think it is, it's fine.
What does your mother say?
Tatin.
Tatin.
Because I feel like it's, when something ominous is happening, you're like, but this is going to be nice and easy for you, don't worry about it. So essentially, this is something that you'll flip over and you'll serve in that way, which is great. Wow. So it's kind of like baked upside down, which I love.
Okay.
So that's why it's so special. But we're going to make it nice and simply today and take it through. And later, we're going to serve it to some Clover Classic custard. But for now, I'm going to make a sauce. Now, what we've got is we got our apples. They have been cut.
Yes, they're in season.
And
these crisp apples at the moment. You're going to find them everywhere.
You know when you cut apples and you leave them, what happens? They go brown. So what we've done is we've got some water and we've got some lemon juice. Just to make sure they don't go brown, so they stay crisp and beautiful.
You want to make sure that you submerge them in that, right?
On my side is that I'm going to, in a nice hot skillet, I'm going to make the sauce. I'm going to let the butter, it's going to melt down beautifully, and once that's done that, I'm going to add in the sugar, and I'm going to make sort of like a beautiful caramel sauce.
Nice.
And once I've done that, then you'll be ready to rumble, and we will make sure that those apples are set perfectly. Thereafter, we've got the pastry on top. We're going to pop it into the oven. It's going to crisp up beautifully, and when we're done, we flip it over and serve.
This is a very easy dessert, because people often do go out and complicate their dessert. For me, what I like about this is the quick nature of it. You are getting on the griddle pan, you are just, or skillet rather, and you are just getting your what's this thing that you've just used now that you put in there?
Skillet.
No, that thing.
Honey.
That's it. You get your honey in there.
Yes, honey.
And even if you didn't know what honey was, you thought it was maple syrup, that would still be fine, because you can actually also use your maple syrup as an alternative for this. And then you're good to go, pretty much. That's what you do. Is that cinnamon I'm seeing you sprinkling over there?
I'm going to pop some cinnamon in here. So remember, cinnamon and apples, it's basically a marriage made in beautiful flavor heaven.
Okay.
That's what you want. So
beautiful.
What I'm going to do is, this is pretty much almost there. I'm going to take it off the heat so you can set down. I want to see what you can do with those apples.
Okay, cool.
I want you to set them down beautifully.
Basically, what you're asking is, hey, yo, Tabs, what those apples do, man?
What, oh, yeah. How you like them apples, Tabs?
How you like them apples?
What I'm saying. So essentially what I want to do here is I want to get it off the heat, and I want you to assemble.
Okay,
I've got this down to a nice, I actually like, in this process here, I like taking it a bit further.
Okay, what do you do there?
I like the caramelization. I like that flavor, almost the little bit of bitterness you get when you take it almost to that level where you're feeling like it's...
Well, it gets like a nice enough heat.
Correct. And the caramel itself, because when you get a touch of bitterness, the offset of the sweetness of the apple, the innate sweetness is going to be perfectly in balance.
Love
That's what you want to get there.
Okay, cool.
What I'm going to do is, I'm going to
put it on here for me. Okay, cool.
And then I want you to sort it out.
Basically just going to throw all of my apples in there.
Well, when you say throw, remember we want to try and get
I mean like a nice designed style, right?
Yes.
I mean, there are a lot of apples in here, so I won't be able to get through each and every single one of them. And you also don't want to get your water in there as well, because obviously you would have submerged them in the water. But you want to dry them a little bit before, because typically that's what you want to do, is you want to actually get the water out. Get them out one at a time and do a nice little design around. That's what I would do. We're not going to do this entire process here because, I mean, come on. Can you imagine how many apples I'd have to go
but you can give it a shot. You can see what type of design. Would you do the spiral design? Would you do,
I'm gonna do the spiral.
Concentric circles?
No.
Would you do
nice like little spiral.
The electric moon?
Sometimes, you know what, you've got one thing in mind as you go and you think, okay, I'm going to do that. And then it takes its own form. And then you go, okay, that works too. Like now. That could happen, but it's, you know.
And the way you cut your apples are quite beautiful as well. I mean, you know, if you're going to cut them thinner, you can do that. You can change the designs a bit. You can do a couple of layers if you want. As long as they're sorted, it's good.
Yeah. Okay, so the magic of all of this really for me, I think is going to be when that flavor that you were talking about, that marriage of flavors coming through, meets the flavor of our Clover Classic. In fact, while I tell everyone about that, do you want to carry on with the apple design maybe for me?
Of course.
Perfectionado. Okay, cool. So we're going to be making use of that Clover Classic custard. Because you want that. You want to take it a new level up, right? You can use it with desserts for its sweet, creamy, and deliciousness that it can be enjoyed on its own, or you can really just throw it on a dessert like this. It really is perfect as a treat to enjoy and spoil yourself, your family, especially for, those Tatin, for this Tatin recipe, for example. And if you want this recipe, please do go onto expressoshow.com. It's made with all of the love. Okay, I thought this couldn't be done in a matter of minutes, but no. Carl Wasty Tasty knows how to bring the tastiness
this is very rough.
to the counter. It's a bit rough, but I think it's got character, and that's the most important thing. Now, listen to this. With Clover Classic, you stand the chance to win yourself your share of 500,000 Rand in prizes. It's big. All you have to do to enter is to buy any Clover Classic custard, dairy snack, fat spread, or mayonnaise, and then WhatsApp the till slip, okay? Take that till slip after you've bought the stuff. Take it and WhatsApp it to us to 074 909 0000. That's 074 909 0000. That's your till slip. And the T's and C's, you can find them on clover.co.za. It's all about that classic, timeless taste. Oh, how are we doing here? We've done well.
We're good. We go pastry, we go oven, we go eat, and we do.
We basically have our pastry going like?
Wasty.
Waste. If you want the recipe, go on to expressoshow.com. This girl is going to go in the oven while you go and get the recipe. Catch you later!
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
The classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.